What's up, guys? This is another paintball marker review. My name's Nate, and if you haven't watched the other ones, what I do is I rate the markers on a scale of 1 to 10 in 10 different categories. So at the end, you'll get a out of 100, a rating out of 100 of what I think of the gun. Now, it's not necessarily, it's a lot of it's personal preference for the ratings. So if I give a gun a higher rating, it doesn't necessarily mean that that gun's better, for sure. So you want to watch the whole review. Maybe you might disagree with me on some stuff. You might agree with me on some stuff. You'll see, I'll explain myself and my rating system so that you can come up with your own conclusion while shopping for a new marker or just doing research. So this video is on the M2. The first category I always do is packaging. I give this a 9 out of 10. It comes in a nice die case. It's a semi-rigid, soft case, very protective for the gun inside. There was a die badge right here. I don't know what happened to it anymore, but it's like an aluminum badge that goes right here that says die, and it fell off after 2 weeks of owning this. And it looks like it was just hot glued on or something, so I could probably just re-glue it on, but I don't care that much. But that is still annoying, that's why I gave it a 9 out of 10. Otherwise, the packaging is awesome. So let's see what's in here. So, you get, here's your top part here. It's got your 2 barrel backs that it comes with, a 6.84 and a 6.88. I'm going to pull one of those out right now, so when we get the gun out, we can use it. You see with the barrel on it. Comes with a nice parts kit. I think it's like 3 times rebuild. It comes with 2 sets of detents and a good amount of O-rings and stuff. The die multi-tool. Now this thing is awesome. I love this thing. Any gun that I take to the chrono, station to set up or tune or anything, it's got all the Allen wrenches you'd ever need for anything. It's got a knife, a tank fill nipple wrench thing, flathead screwdriver, small Phillips screwdriver, can opener, O-ring picks. I love this thing. I use this thing all the time for tons of stuff. So this is like the sweetest thing to come with a gun. I think other gun manufacturers should start doing this they should start giving a die multi-tool with all their stuff, instead of just a standard Allen wrench set. So that's awesome. It does come with die lube. I don't have it in here. It's got this little insert thing here. It comes with a startup guide. Shows you, how to adjust the velocity, all the basic stuff, how to charge it, whatever. Sorry. And it shows you, how to take the bolt out and what the different things on the screen mean, how to get through the service stuff on the screen, on the OLED screen. And then it comes with your warranty card and stuff still in there for mine. It's got this nice little thing. It's got the O-ring sizes, and then die color codes their O-rings. So, it even tells you, it shows you on the bolt assembly. It's got an exploded picture of the bolt assembly. It shows you on there. So let's say the inner top hat O-ring, which is an 017. Say we need that. So you can look down here. It gives you the actual size 017, and it tells you what color it is in the parts kit. So when you need the orange O-ring out of the parts kit, then you can put it on that, and you can guarantee yourself that you've got the right O-ring. This little thing I've never used. It's got a little flip-out USB thing. I'm under this impression that it's like the manual, but you can also use it as a small flash drive for updating the board, I've heard, but I'm not positive. I've never used it, but it's there. And then you get the charger, which is just a USB to the gun charger, which is nice because some of the other guns don't have this. Is you could plug it in your car if you need to, like to your car cell phone charger, as long as it's got a USB adapter. dogs are playing. Yeah, so you can plug it into your car and stuff. So if you forget to charge it the night before, you can charge it on your way to the field and at least be able to use it for a while, which is actually pretty nice. And then for the wall, you just got to get any, you know, standard wall thing, you know, wall plug that's got the USB adapter. Well, this is an old cell phone charger that I just keep with this, so I know I always have it to charge the gun. And we'll get the gun out. So the packaging, I'm giving a 9 out of 10. The only reason being is that that thing fell off the front. That's kind of annoying for being, you know, for how much this gun costs. That should be built better, I think. So, as far as, you know, inside the case, though, you can't really ask for too much more than what it's got. That's a really nice case. We'll put this bad boy together. Okay, so, looks. I'm giving it an 8 out of 10. It's a pretty sharp gun. They come in quite a few different colors. Not as many as some of the other manufacturers, but it comes with some colors. You know, it comes in some different colors. I don't really like the big badges on the side, and I don't really like the milling. It's kind of just blah looking. It's like plain. You know, it's not aggressive. It's not really sleek and stylish. It's just like they just kind of like threw some milling lines on it, and they're like, okay, we're done. So I'm giving it 8 out of 10 in the looks department, and that's personal preference. I mean, you know, it's a good looking gun, but it's not like, wow, you know, that thing's really nice looking. It's just, it looks alright. So looks is 8 out of 10. Shot quality, 7 out of 10. In my opinion, this is the biggest downfall of this gun. Compared to pretty much every other spool valve marker on the market today, this gun is loud. You know, it's fairly smooth as far as, you know, there's no kick or anything like that, but it's loud. Like, if you shoot this next to a Lux or the MacDev stuff or pretty much anything else, it's loud. It's a very loud shot. And, you know, there is some break-in period and tuning you can do to help that, but even mine's well broken in. I've shot tons and tons of paint for this. I think I used it for like 5 or 6 months straight. Didn't use anything else. Played every weekend. Shot 2-3 cases of paint each weekend. Sometimes more. Sometimes paint during the week. You know. So mine's well broken in, and I've got pretty much all the upgrades for it, including you know, a really nice quiet barrel. And it's still loud. Like, it's still way louder than the Lux Ice and stuff like that. So shot quality, unfortunately, gets a 7 out of 10 because it's just loud. It doesn't kick a bunch or anything, but it's for being a spool valve marker, it should be quieter, in my opinion. But it does shoot pretty nicely. As far as when you're actually using it in game and there's other loud shit going on around you, you know, you don't notice it as much, but it's, you know, it shoots really nicely and straight and accurate and all that stuff, but it's just loud. So, let's see, shot quality 7 out of 10. Ergonomics, I'm giving a 9 out of 10. Ergonomically, it's got the ultralight frame. It's got rubber grips all the way around that go around the whole back of the gun, the whole back of the frame and the front of the frame. This front thing is rubber, and, you know, comes all the way up to here is rubber under the barrel. And it's comfortable. You can hold it like this. It's got a weird bump right here, so like it kind of holds your thumb back a little bit. For me, it's kind of weird, but you know, there's room to put your thumb here. Not a whole lot. I have pretty fat thumbs, and my thumb, you know, barely fits there. It's not like it's tight or anything, but it's, you know, there could be more room there for people with bigger hands. The trigger's fantastic on this thing. It's magnetic return. It's adjustable. The magnet's adjustable. The pre-travel and post-travel are adjustable, and the activation is adjustable. And the arc of the trigger is also adjustable, so it's very nice. The trigger's very nice. So ergonomically, it's 9 out of 10. You know, There's some stuff that I personally don't care for about it, but that's just my preference. So, ergonomics 9 out of 10. Reliability, I'm giving this an 8 out of 10. You know, it is the Matrix platform, which has been known to be kind of finicky. I've had small random leaks and stuff like that pop up, and sometimes they just go away after shooting a little bit. Sometimes they pop up midday. You know, it's just kind of the nature of the beast with this thing. But for somebody who's, you know, if there's a small leak or something and it really bothers you, this thing will drive you absolutely nuts. I never pay attention to it because, you know, like, I mean, if it's a big leak, it's a big leak. You got to replace an O-ring. But if there's a little teeny tiny leak down the barrel and you shoot it and it goes away, it's just kind of the way that the bolt design is. It's kind of how it is. Especially after it's broken in, you've worn those O-rings down so it shoots really nice and smooth. It kind of will do that sometimes, and that's not necessarily a bad thing, because if it's doing that, you know, random leaking, very, very slight leak, you know that it's well broken in. You know that the O-rings are, you know, it's going to be operating as smoothly as possible. So, see, that was reliability's 8 out of 10. Air efficiency, in stock form, 8 out of 10. I've seen, I think it's in the neighborhood of 9 to 10 pods, so slightly better than the Lux. But still not that great, for air efficiency. It can shoot all the paint that you carry on you in a speedball match, unless you're shooting insanely high rates of fire, or like if you're playing a long scenario game, this might not be the gun for you if you're choosing to shoot, you know, a whole case of paint through without trying to fill your tank. This isn't gonna do that. So, air efficiency 8 out of 10. Build quality, I'm giving it a 9 out of 10. There are a few things that bother me about it. One is there's a screw. This is the HPR, the high pressure regulator. There's a screw that's all the way up in here that comes loose sometimes on me, and then it will make this whole foregrip loose, and that's so annoying to play with. But you have to tear apart the whole HPR assembly out. You have to pull all that out in order to tighten the screw. So that's kind of annoying. And then also mine has, they make the grips really thin, because obviously the ultralight frame is, you know, that's the whole point of it. It's a nice hourglass shape. It's supposed to be very comfortable, and it is, but they make the grips super thin to try to help with that, and mine have ripped right here. So, yeah, so build quality is 9 out of 10. I mean, there's no teeny tiny screws or weird sized O-rings or anything like that. You know, the grips are toolless to remove. Yeah, so the build quality is good. Serviceability, pretty good. I'm giving it a 9 out of 10. To get the bolt out, it's just this button. Push the button in, pull the bolt straight out, and you can unscrew these three pieces and lube them and clean them. That's pretty easy. The ASA has got this plastic thing. I've never seen one break, but it is plastic, and that's kind of weird. You know, to service the regs, you got to take this front grip part off to service the LPR, but it's not a huge deal. But it'd be nice if it was toolless. Especially if they can make the grip, the back grips, for the grip frame, the grips toolless to remove. They should be able to make this toolless to remove, but it's not. There's a screw holding it on. Yeah, service the regs, you got to use an Allen wrench, a big Allen wrench. So that's something that I think could be improved. So upgradability. I'm giving it 8 out of 10. There's actually quite a few upgrades for this. Some of you might not have heard about them. I myself actually came up with a spring kit for the bolt assembly, and this allows you to lower your dwell and get better air efficiency, basically. It also slightly reduces the kick of the gun and stuff. So there's a spring in this back cap and a retainer that holds the spring. I send 2 different springs with the kit. And then there's a high performance O-ring kit. It's just the softer O-rings that somebody's made, and it makes it so the bolt cycles smoother, so there's not as much friction, which allows you to lower your LPR and your high pressure reg to get a softer, smoother, quieter shot as well. But even with all those upgrades, it's still loud. You know, still kind of loud. But there are those upgrades. There are, you know, it's autococker threaded for the barrels, so you know, any nice barrel that you have will probably fit on it. There's no aftermarket triggers that I'm aware of for it. But this one's nice, but I mean, if you wanted a different one, there's not one out there. And there's no aftermarket grip kits. That would be something that I would like, is a grip kit, because I think it'd be cool to have white and red grips on this gun since it's silver and red. But they don't make the colored grip kits like they did for the DM14 and 15 for the M2. So for those reasons, it's 8 out of 10 of upgradability. Pretty nice. There's still some things I'd like to see. Programming, I'm giving it 8 out of 10. It does have a really sweet OLED board. And the battery on this thing lasts forever too. Like some of the other rechargeable guns like the Luxes and stuff don't last as long. This battery lasts forever. You charge it and you can use it like 4 or 5 weekends in a row and before you have to charge it again. So never mind the service thing that's flashing. That's kind of annoying. Oh, it stopped. Okay, well, it's got a really nice big OLED screen. I mean, it's probably 1.5 inch square screen. Then it's got, you know, a bunch of different firing modes and stuff. It doesn't have the customizable ramping that I'm always complaining about. I'd really like to have the customizable ramping because I think it would be cool, or because I like to set up my stuff exactly how I want. I like to have control over every parameter. But it does have all the modes you need: the Millennium ramping, the NXL ramping, the PSP3 shot, full auto, you know, anything that you'd ever want on here. You can adjust all your parameters and settings. Oh, another cool thing it has, I wish a lot more guns had this, especially like the G6R would be sweet to have this instead of the big bulky pressure tester you gotta buy. So what you do is you turn it on. If at any point the gun starts acting up or whatever, you just click the button left, the joystick left, and it shows you. It won't focus on it, dang it. Well, it shows you your dwell, your HPR pressure, and your LPR pressure, and a readout on the screen in PSI. So that's really cool. So I know my gun pretty well. I've used it quite a bit, so I know if it's, you know, my LPR is not at least, you know, is like 49 or 50, and then my HPR is like 135, 140. If those pressures are way off from that, I know, you know, and it's acting up, I know what the problem is. It's one of those two things. So that's a really nice feature. Yeah, so the programming, I'm giving it 8 out of 10. I would like to see some more modes and stuff. And they may have come out with the updates yet. I've never updated this board, so but from what I have, I'm giving it 8 out of 10. I would like to see the customizable ramping. And there's a few things, like it's got a ton of stuff on the OLED board, but there's a few things that you notice that are kind of missing, even though it's got so much stuff. Like, I'd rather get rid of the training modes and have more parameters than have the training modes, because I never use those, to be honest with you. So if you add all those up, that's all 10 categories. You're at 83 out of 100 for this M2. It's a very nice marker. They shoot great. So thanks for watching. Let me know if you have any questions.